Okay, video 2 for the day on digging, how to dig a straight hole. Okay, I've been teaching people how to dig holes for 40 years, nearly 40 years, and I can tell you there's not one person I've taught yet who could do it when they started. Okay, to try and get a hole in the right place to start with is already difficult. To then make a straight hole in the right place is even more difficult. Okay, for anybody that's dug a hole, you'll know what I mean. Okay, if we're just digging a hole anywhere on the planet, yeah, okay. You gotta put up with dirt, rock, whatever, that's alright. And if you don't have any specific place you have to put it, it doesn't matter where you dig the hole. But when you're trying to put a hole in a specific place to do a specific job, that takes a bit more effort. Alright, and there's a good philosophy behind this too. Okay, it's like anything, when you're trying to do anything in life, okay, if all you're doing is enough work to just do the job, then you end up with tunnel vision. What happens is the position gets so tight you've got no room to move. Because every time you dig, if you're going straight down, like even this shovel's a pretty straight shovel. Okay, if I went straight down all the time, this hole gets smaller. Because the shovel is actually curved in. If I get a true post hole shovel, that's a straight hole shovel, and here's a post hole shovel, which you buy standard at the hardware store. Now to get it, if you went straight down with a handle, look at the angle on that. It's almost a 30-degree angle. So you're going straight for the centre every time. No choice. If you want to make a straight hole, straight sides on the hole, you have to hold it over on a almost 45 degree angle to stab the hole. If you didn't do that, you will not have a straight hole. You will just not be able to get down there. Okay, so each time you stab in the hole, you've got to stab on an angle to allow for the hole you think is going to get bigger. But at the end of the day, by the time you pull the dirt out, you're flat out going down straight. Okay, so anytime it's like we're going down a plastic tube, a soft plastic. You have to put your hands in there first to open it up so you can make room for you to get through it. This is the same thing. You've got to get in there, get the shovel in there, open it up, stab it in there, push it over on an angle so you can get a straight hole. It seems like you're trying to make the hole twice as big, but at the end, by the time you're finished, you'll be lucky if you got a straight hole. You go straight down, and that takes experience. It takes a lot of work. Okay. Same through life. If you want to have a straight line, you want to get to the end of your tunnel, you have to continually keep making that hole bigger than what you need. Otherwise, you'll never fit through it. If all you're doing is trying to get enough just to get your hands through, you'll never get your head or body through. Okay, you have to make it bigger. Oh, I want to put this post in here. I've got to make it bigger than what the post is. Otherwise, I won't get the post in there. So I've got to continually make it bigger than what I want, or keep working at making it bigger, just to get what I want. If I want to make it bigger again, we'll have to work really, really hard. But just to get what I want, a straight hole with straight sides going straight down, I have to work at making it a bigger hole. And only then do I get, if I'm lucky, what I want. Okay, so it's very important for you to dig a hole, whether you're using jackhammers, using bars, whatever it takes to dig the hole, the actual equipment to use to dig the hole, whether you're using a drill, an auger. Yes, that goes straight down to the size of the auger. Hopefully the auger's not worn out, because even when they're worn out, they look like a pencil. Okay, so if you want to open it up, make it big enough to put your equipment in, you have to open that hole up, make it bigger than what you want. And if you're lucky, at the end of the day, by the time you finish digging the hole, it's the size you want. And then even harder to make sure it's in the place you want it. Because it's not hard to move away to move the hole while you're digging and not keep eye on where you're supposed to be. So, there's some of the secrets on digging a hole. Or on making a path through life, through the jobs, through the different things you want to do. You want to get through and keep making room for yourself and for others. You have to open that path in front of you. You have to make it big enough It's like when you want to have other people with you. You have to allow for room. You have to allow for space. You want a partner or a son or a brother, or you want any of those people to follow you, to be with you. You have to make enough room for you and them. Okay, this is a hole. I've got to put a steel post in this hole, but I also got to add concrete to it. So I've got to have enough room for the post and the concrete. And I've got to have enough concrete to be able to hold the post firmly and in place, even if a car hits it. So yes, make sure you make it big enough to be able to do the job you want. Okay, work out what you're after, and then make your path or your hole big enough to do the job and more. Because if it's not big enough to do the job, that means it's too small and it won't function. It'll cost you more. It won't do what you want. If you haven't made it big enough, it's no problem. You make it too big, okay, it costs you a bit more to fill. But at least you can get anybody you want through it. Alright? It's always fun. Anyway, we'll leave you at that. We'll show you some more in a little while. Thanks guys. Talk soon. Bye.